Hello and welcome to Complexity Limits Guide for the Heroic Wrathion encounter, written and produced by Crzypck in coordination with Complexity Limit. Wrathion is a two-phase encounter with strict timings for its phase transitions. You'll start in phase 1, which lasts for 3 minutes, you'll then transition to phase 2 for a minute, and you'll rinse and repeat back and forth between the two. In phase 1, you'll fight Wrathion. We recommend using Bloodlust right when you pull the boss. Tanks should face the boss sideways, with the raid standing to the side of the boss. He breathes fire in a frontal cone that'll hit the tank for a large amount of fire damage, and also apply a debuff called Searing Flame. The tanks will need to swap every 1 to 2 stacks of Searing Flame, whatever you're comfortable with. He also does a tail swipe in a cone behind him, so obviously don't stand back there and get hit by that. Players affected by Incineration, which is denoted by a big red circle under you, will need to move away from the raid. After 8 seconds, you'll explode for a large amount of AoE damage to everybody, but this is reduced by your distance from them. Healers will still want to coordinate to make sure you have a raid healing cooldown available for every single time these explosions occur. When the boss casts Gale Blast, everybody, except for your tank and any melee DPS with immunities, looking at you Cloak of Shadows, should move 30 to 35 yards away from the boss to take reduced damage from the ability. From that spot, you'll then need to run away from Burning Cataclysm and find the safe spot on the platform. This safe spot is usually on the furthest side away from the boss on the platform. Everyone needs to stack in that safe spot and wait for the fire explosions to end. Once they do, you run back to where you started and start fighting Wrathion again. Don't stand in the swirlies on your way back in though, they'll be everywhere. Each one of those swirlies will get hit with a fireball, and if you get hit with that fireball, it'll knock you back and hurt you. They'll also leave small red puddles on the ground wherever they hit. They'll be used later. After 2 cycles of this with Burning Cataclysm, you'll enter phase 2. At the start of phase 2, you'll need to have 3 people soak the big red circles. They'll all get a debuff, and then they need to sprint their butts off to break all of the pillars on the platform. These pillars will spawn anywhere that those red puddles were left over from phase 1. While that's happening, there will be 3 invisible assassin ads attacking random people. You'll need to break them out of stealth with AoE effects, things like Blizzard or Death and Decay, or just simply being close enough that you can see them. They'll then need to be tanked and killed. Once the assassins are dead, the raid should kill any of the remaining pillars that weren't destroyed by the team with the debuffs. If there's any pillars left when phase 2 ends, they'll leave a large puddle of lava on the floor. This puddle will also tick every couple of seconds for the entire rest of the fight for AoE damage on everybody in the raid. After 1 minute in phase 2, the phase will end, Wrathion will return, and you'll begin fighting Wrathion and enter phase 1 again. You'll rinse and repeat back and forth between these 2 phases until the boss dies. Thanks for watching. We hope you found the guide helpful. If you'd like more details on this encounter or how it works, please click the link below to our written guide. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. You can also find the rest of our Ny'alotha boss guides right here on our channel or at complexity.gg. For more content like this, follow Complexity on Twitter and subscribe to their YouTube channel. To keep up with Limit's race for world first, follow them on Twitter. Happy raiding!